Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and in today's video I'm going to share with you some really easy and affordable handmade gifts that you can make. Now, all the gifts that I'm putting together are definitely things that I would love to receive. They're not ones that you've seen before, so I really wanted to come up with some good ideas and things that are practical and stuff that you could actually give to people. I am a sucker for a personalized gift, and especially any gift having to do with photos. I just love it, and I think any family member would love to get a personalized photo gift. So I thought, let's create something that's actually useful as well. So I decided to create some coasters. So I went to Lowe's looking for some white square tiles, and I was kind of surprised that they were only 15 cents. So I thought that was a great deal. I picked up 8 of them because I'm going to be making 2 sets of coasters, 4 in each one. Next, you need to print off some pictures, and in a world where we don't print pictures anymore, I think giving somebody a printed picture is special in and of itself. So I took some pictures of my girls back, I think in May, and so I picked 4 of my favorites and I'm going to print those off. The way I print is I just download the Walgreens app and I'll print off 4x6s. It takes them an hour to do it. I think they're around 35 cents each, so really affordable. And I'll just head to Walgreens and pick them up. Now, to put this project together, I started by creating a template. So I just grabbed some cardboard and I traced around my tiles. Now I cut out that template and then I cut out a little bit of extra, probably about 1 inch on the bottom, because I want this to look like an old Polaroid, so I want to have a little bit of extra white down at the bottom. I think it's important to have a template so that all of your pictures look exactly the same. So then take your template and trace around your pictures, and then you're going to cut out your pictures. To attach your pictures to your tile, you're just going to use some matte Mod Podge and put a good layer underneath and then put your pictures down. Now let this dry completely. Now, an idea I came up with after I was done doing this, I thought it would be cute to maybe have kids write in Sharpie down at the bottom like what the pictures were, but I thought about this after I was completely done with the project, so that's something you could do if you wanted your kids to add in personalized messages at the bottom. Next, I decided to add 2 coats of Mod Podge, letting each coat dry really well in between. Since I'm going to be using these as coasters, I don't want the pictures to get ruined, so just put a good layer of Mod Podge down. Now, to gift these, you can simply just stack them and wrap them up with a little bit of twine, and I think this is a great grandparent gift. This holiday gift is under $5, and you could definitely get your kids involved with helping you create these. This next gift, I love receiving these. I think they're so great, and they're holiday cookie jars. Now, I think these are great gifts for teachers. If you had to do multiple, you could also do it for neighbors. This is the type of gift that you want to do multiples of and give them out, but who doesn't love getting these? So you want to start by grabbing some kind of cookie jar. The one that I grabbed was from IKEA, and it was $3.99. So for this cookie jar, we're going to add in all of the dry ingredients. So what you need to add, in a big bowl, you want to add 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a half a teaspoon baking powder, a half a teaspoon baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt. You're gonna mix those together in a large bowl. Once you get that mixed together, you're going to put it into the bottom part of your container. Now you want to kind of press it down so that you can kind of pack everything in there tightly. Next, you're going to add in a half a cup of dark brown sugar. And make sure you pack that in as well. Next, add in a half a cup of light brown sugar and pack that in as well. And then you're going to add in 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now to finish it off, I'm going to mix in a half a cup of M&Ms and a half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate and then a half a cup of white chocolate. And I'm going to kind of mix those all together to finish off the top of my container. Now close that up, and then you want to add a printable to the outside. I have included my printable as a free PDF for you guys. You can go down in the description box and print it off, and it has 4 tags to it. So I'm just going to cut off the tag, and I'm going to use a little twine that I had and wrap the label around the back, and then I'll just wrap the twine around several times and then tie it off. Now, once you give this to whoever you're giving it to, it's really easy to put together the cookies. You're just going to melt 12 tablespoons of butter and let that butter cool completely. Then you're gonna add in an egg and some vanilla extract. Now, all you have to do is dump in all of your ingredients for the cookies, and you're going to mix them together until they're well combined. Then you can form your cookies on an ungreased cookie sheet and bake them in an oven at 350 for 9 to 11 minutes. These are so good, and I love giving this out as a gift. You guys know how much I love Moose, so I can't leave him out when it comes to gifts. This would be great for any dog in your life, or if you have a family member or friend who loves dogs, this is a great gift as well. So I wanted to pick up a really nice glass container. I went to IKEA and bought this $4 jar, and then I also got the glass lid that goes on the top. It's $2, and it creates a really nice airtight seal. I used my Cricut to print out this cute little dog bone, and it says inside Moose's treats. And then I'm just going to weed it out, pulling out the excess vinyl that I'm not going to use. To transfer my vinyl to whatever piece I'm working on, I like to use contact paper that you can pick up at Dollar Tree or Walmart, and I'm just going to put it over the top of my black vinyl, pull off the backing, and then I'll place it onto my jar. Now you can fill this with any treats that you want. I grabbed some when I was at Home Goods. And all you have to do after putting the lid on is just finish it off with a little bit of twine. And this is a great gift to give to your favorite dog. Since we create a lot of home decor and love doing that, I think it's okay around Christmas to lean in on the home decor side of gift giving. And I'm good at home decor, so those are great gifts for me to give. So I decided it would be fun to make some concrete planters to give out as gifts. This seems so much more intimidating than it really is. And the product that I have found that's really forgiving, and I've been able to use it in several projects and it's worked really well, is a product called Quikrete. I picked this up at Home Depot. You could probably get it at Lowe's as well. And the great thing about Quikrete is you can easily mix it with water to create a concrete. So make sure you're wearing gloves, and I just mix of equal parts of the Quikrete with some water, and you're gonna mix it together. You want it to be the consistency of almost like a thick pudding. I have found the best thing to use when making a concrete planter is to use some kind of paper. My favorite is a juice container. The reason why is it's easy to pull this off. With plastic, you have to cut at it a lot more. You could always use a plastic, but for me, I like using the paper better. So I'm gonna take an old juice container, and then I also had a little half and half container, and I'm just going to cut off the top portion and clean them out really well. Then I'm going to add my Quikrete to those containers. Now, if you don't have enough, you may have to mix up some more of your Quikrete until you get that desired look that you're going for and have it the height that you want it to be. Now, since these are going to be planters, we need to put something down in the middle. So I have some paper cups. Again, this paper is going to come out really easily. So I'm just going to put the paper cups in the middle, and then I'm going to put a weight in there so that it holds it down while it's drying. Now with Quikrete, let it dry a good 24 hours before you start to take it apart. And even after the 24 hours, it's still going to be drying. So after the 24 hours, you can easily pull off the paper and then pull the cup out from the middle. Next, you can really personalize this for who you're giving it to. So depending on what their taste is, I'm gonna be using a black color. So I'm just going to lay some painter's tape down on the front side at a diagonal. Now, painter's tape doesn't stick really well, so it's more of a guide that I'm using. Honestly, you could probably use just a piece of paper and it would work just as well because the paint really doesn't like to stick to the concrete. And then I'm just going to use ink by Waverly and paint the front. Then I'm going to turn it on the side and kind of make it so that I have a triangle shape with the front and paint some more black paint. And I'll repeat those steps with my other planter as well. Next, I had to figure out how I'm going to fill these planters. I just love all the fun plants at IKEA. I think I'm going to pick up one of these little miniature cactus sets. They're $9.99 for a 3-pack for a holiday gift that I'm gonna do. Next, I will add in my cactus to the containers. I think these would make great gifts for anyone. They would be great hostess gifts, or you could keep them yourself and just put them up on your backdrop. And here's a final look at how they turned out. If you guys love seeing behind the scenes, I know I do, make sure you go follow me on Instagram and check out my Instagram stories because I posted that whole IKEA trip. I love posting things I'm doing, and so it's a great place to follow me to get some good behind the scenes. My name on Instagram is lizfenwickdiy, so go check that out and make sure you're following me. So this next gift, I saw this trivet idea on Pinterest. Sometimes it's really great to mix a handmade gift with something that you buy somebody, because I think a handmade gift says, you know what, I really took the time to think about you and create something for you. Like, how much better is that? So I thought this would be a great gift to give if you were giving somebody like a teapot. Like last year for Christmas, my mom asked for a red tea kettle. This would have been a great DIY for me to do with that tea kettle. So all you need for this, honestly, I had all this stuff in my craft room. You just need some clothespins and some E6000. So start by breaking the clothespins apart. I didn't count how many clothespins I used, but I just broke apart several. I want to say maybe 30. I don't know, that may not be enough, but I'm gonna break them apart, and then I'm going to take the two back ends and use a bead of E6000, and be generous with your E6000, like make sure you use enough, and then put those together. So you're making little groupings of two. Next, you want to take your clothespins and put them in a circle where the smaller end is facing in. Now make enough clothespins so that you can complete your circle and that you have a nice little circle shape in the middle. Once you know you have enough, then I'm gonna come back in with that E6000 and I'm gonna put it on both sides, and I'm gonna start just kind of sandwiching them together. Make sure you pull each of your pieces up and put the E6000 on both sides. Now, I let this dry for a couple of hours. Then I flipped it over to the back, and to make it even stronger, I'm going to be using some cork that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. If you don't have cork on hand, you could always use a piece of felt, and I'm just going to cut a circle around the back so you can't see it on the front side, and then cut out a circle in the middle, and then I'll use some more E6000 to hold that in place. And I just think this is a cute gift to give for Christmas. I know this next gift would be great for anybody who loves to decorate their house. We're gonna be making some monogrammed tassels. So you wanna start with a wood piece, and I'm going to link these wood pieces down in the description box. Along with anything else in this video, go check out the description box because I link it all there. Next, you're gonna need some twine and some wood beads. So I'll just start by putting the twine through my wood piece. Now I do have to add some Scotch tape to the end to make sure that the twine will fit in the wood piece, and I'll just tie it off. Next, I'm going to thread on some wood beads onto my piece of twine. Now you can make this as long as you want. Honestly, I'm not going to make it super long because my idea for these is that they fit really good like on the side of a little planter or something like that. So once you get all your wood beads on, you're just gonna tie the excess off at the end and cut it off. Now to personalize this, I'm going to use some Dollar Tree letters, and I'm going to use an F for mine, and I'm just going to put the F on the top of the wood letter. Then add a layer of matte Mod Podge to the top and let that completely dry. And I think these look great sitting out in planters and would make a great gift. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the description box which of these projects was your favorite, and also let me know what you plan on making this year for Christmas. What handmade gifts are you gonna do? And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I post 2 DIYs each week, and if you missed our last one, I'll link it here for you, and I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.